Okay. So last time na ginawa natin si Ellie, we already started with the head, right? So I also introduced the peg hierarchy, right? And also how to adjust their pivot locations. Naalala pa ba kung paano gawin si pivot? So we use the rotate tool, this one, to adjust the pivot location. Kasi itong mga pegs na to, ang goal nila is for us to be able to move each parts separately and also as a group. So para magawa natin siya or mapagalaw natin siya na maayos, we need to make sure that the pivot location or the center of rotation is always accurate. When I say accurate, it should be usable. Okay? Okay, so let's move on. So now let's try to work on the limbs of this character. Okay? So when I say the limbs, it's the arms and the legs. So if you're going to look at the example right here, anong napapansin nyo sa arm ng character natin?
Labas yung line.
Labas yung line, right? So this is actually the seam line, yung pinagputulan. So there are some shows na tinatanggal nila yan, pinuputol nila, or they just remove those seam lines. Pero may ibang show naman na ginagamit nila yung seam line na yan. So para saan ba? Bakit pine-preserve yung seam line na yan? It's basically for rotation. If you're going to rotate this arm, let me just show you. So if I'm going to rotate this arm right here, kunwari, rotate ko ng ganyan. Kung tinanggal natin ng seam lines dito, itong part na to would be empty. Wala siyang line art. So hindi consistent yung line art. So in most of the shows that I've worked on, they preserve this seam line so that whenever the arm or the limb rotates, continuous yung line art dito. Wala tayong magiging problema. So all we need to do is just to find a way to somehow mask them or to hide them. Okay? So before we proceed there, konting review lang muna kung paano natin ginawa yung peg hierarchy. Of course, since this arm is one system, kailangan meron siyang sariling peg hierarchy for us to be able to move them accurately. Okay, can you remember the shortcut in creating a peg?
Yes, sir.
Control P, that's correct. So I'm going to press Control P, and I want to make sure that everything in the arm is connected to it. So with regards to the arm, you have to make sure that the sleeve is always included. Okay? So si sleeve is not included to shirt, it is always included with the arm. Okay? Because it is always in terms of movement. So this one right here, I'm going to call it arm master dash P. Dash P. Ayan. So we now have a master peg to control the entire arm. Well, dito sa example na to, alin pa kaya dito yung kailangang gumalaw na magkasabay? Which part's right here? If you're going to move your arm, alin dyan yung laging sabay na gumagalaw? Okay, it's the lower arm, it's the forearm and the hand. Okay? Lagi silang sabay na gumagalaw. So, for us to enable that, we have to make sure na meron din silang peg to allow it. So, again, Control P, and then we are going to insert it. How do I insert it in an existing wire?
Hold on.
Hold Alt, that's correct. Hold Alt, insert, include the forearm. Ayan siya. Got it? So I'm going to call this as the forearm master peg. There you go. And last but not the least, I'm also going to create a peg to control the entire arm except for the sleeve. Okay? This would be my upper arm master. So ito magiging usual peg hierarchy natin for the limbs. Ayan. So how do we check if our work is correct or not? So all you need to do is just to navigate in your camera view. Kasi remember what do we press in order for us to go up and down the hierarchy? B, that's correct. So again, when selecting layers here, we do not use the select tools, but instead we use the transform tool, this one. So select the hand, then press B continuously. Kailangan step by step yung selection niya. From the hand, papunta sa forearm, papunta sa arm, masama si sleeve. Got it? If you want to go down, what do you press? Shift B, that's correct. There you go. Clear so far?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So from here, after creating the peg hierarchy, can you still remember what I told you? What to do next kapag katapos ng peg hierarchy? What do we adjust? Pivot, that's correct. And then what tool do we use again to adjust the pivot location? The rotation, that's correct. So rotate. So lahat ng mga bagong pegs na pinagagawa natin dito, kailangan maayos yung pivot location. So if you're going to notice in my peg hierarchy, there are pegs na inalign ko vertically. So kaya ko sila inalign so that I can select them easily because these pegs will have the same pivot location. So kung for example, ito is the forearm. Ito naman forearm master. Definitely, yung pivot location nila magkapareho. Diba? Kasi pareho silang forearm. So inalign ko sila so that I would know na para yung pivot location nila. Got it? Okay, let's try. So, saselect ko pareho. Using the rotate tool, adjust ko lang to the correct location. There you go. Same goes with the hand. So how would you know if your pivot location is usable or not? So the only way to know it is by testing it. I-test nyo lang siya. I-rotate nyo siya, pagalawin nyo siya. If it is hard, it is making you or giving you a hard time moving the part, definitely kailangan nyo palitan or ilipat yung pivot location na yan. Got it? Okay. Okay, so let's go now with masking this seams. So dito sa Harmony, meron tayong tinatawag na filters. So in our previous lesson, gumamit tayo ng filters, namely the liner and the color art. Okay, so remember this?
Yes, sir.
Diba? So ginamit natin yung mga filters na ngayon. Ayan. So ngayon naman, gagamit tayo ng another kind of filter called auto patch. So ano ba si auto patch? So I want you to go to your node view, press enter, then look for the node called auto patch. Do you see it? Hanap. Again, go to the node view, press enter, then look for auto patch.
Isolate, sir.
Yes, isolate. Okay. So ano ba si auto patch? So before I show you how this works, let's first understand kung ano ba yung filter out niya. So to best show this, I'm going to compare it with the line art and the color art. Iko-compare lang natin kung ano yung silbi niya. Okay. So obviously, si line art at si color art, they are directly connected with the filters that we are using or the art layers that we are using here. Teka. Medyo nagilaglan tayo. Yan. Diba? So, kung ano nakalagay dito sa layer na to, yan ang babasahin ni line art. Ito naman, kung nakalagay dyan, yung babasahin ni color art. So, para gumana sila, make sure na tama yung pagkaka-isolate nyo. So, if I put the line art here, definitely, it will only show the line art. Or pag si color art naman, kulay lang ipapakita niya. So, ano naman si auto patch? So, auto patch uses both line and color. So, ang mangyayari if you put the auto patch is that ang ipapakita lang niya are the visible portions of the color. Look what will happen. Ayan siya. So if you're going to notice, visible portion lang ng color art yung pinakita niya. As compared to the color art, it will show the entire color art. So auto patch, it's basically the combination or the difference between the line and the color. Ayan siya. Got it? So, yun yung ina-isolate niya. So, now that we know what it is isolating, let's now try to use it, put it into practice. Subukan nating ayusin or gamitin to make this rig work. So, there is one very easy way on how to use the auto patch. We can just use this for layering. When we say layering, we're just going to put its connection at the leftmost of the composite. Diba? Sabi natin, leftmost is topmost. So, there's one very morbid way on how to explain this. Medyo morbid lang tayo ngayon. So, itong kamay, babalatan ko. Kukunin ko yung balat, itatapal ko dito. Okay? So, bagay idea, ito yung balat ng kamay, tutuklapin ko yan. Pagkatuklap, papatong ko dito. Okay? So, that's the easiest way on how to explain it. So, in node view, extract natin si auto patch from the hand. Kukunin ko si auto patch kasi balat yung kukunin natin, di ba? Then I'm going to put it here on top. Kunin siya on top, leftmost. There. Got it? So, huwag niyo munang intindihin to kasi this is just the pivot marker. Tatanggalin natin siya later on. But as you can see, ayun siya. So, hindi natin siya dinelete, but instead, we just hide it. Okay. Got the idea? Okay, let's try to use it dito naman sa line na to. So, here in this line, the first thing that you need to do is to assess or to identify where the line is coming from. Saan ang gagaling ang line art dito? Sa upper arm, that's correct. So, kung sa upper arm nang gagaling yung line, saan tayo kukuha ng auto patch to cover it? Sa lower arm, that's correct. So, sabi nyo, kukuha ko ng auto patch sa forearm, itatapal natin on top of the upper arm. Ayan siya. Got it? So, ano magiging effect niya? If I am going to rotate it, look what will happen to the line. It's consistent. Kasi wala tayong pinutol. Wala tayong tinanggal. So when we rotate it, everything would be perfect. Got the idea? Okay. So this is the simplest way on how to use auto patch. Kaya nga sa patching auto patch. We are covering. Got it? Okay. So with this kind of application ng auto patch, although it is working, pero kung gusto natin, let's say, lagyan natin ng depth yung post niya, this kind of application is not conducive. Okay, marami siyang limitations. Kasi if you're going to notice, if I, let's say, rotate it like this, look what will happen. Very flat na yung post, right? So, bakit kaya nagiging flat ang post? Bakit hindi natin makita yung perspective? What's missing? Anyone? That's correct, the fold. Diba? Walang crease. So, what I'm going to show you right now is I am going to attempt to get that fold. Okay? Para kahit paano, kapag nag-rotate tayo, may perspective yung arm natin. Got it? Okay. So, this is where it gets a bit technical. So, I want you guys to listen. So, tanggalin ko muna yung connection ng mga auto patches. Tinanggal ko muna, guys. And then let's try to solve it one by one. Isa-isahin natin. Okay. First rule or first step is to always identify kung saan nanggagaling yung line art. So let's see, magsimula tayo dito. So sabi nyo kanina, this seam line is coming from the upper arm. Right? Pag na-identify na, hanapin nyo, lagyan nyo agad ng line and color. Line art, color art. Yan. Then, composite. So, kumbaga, ang ginagawa natin dito is just isolating the line and the color. Okay? Again, ang ginawa ko lang is first to identify kung saan nanggagaling yung line art. And then, naglagay lang tayo ng dalawang filters, line and color. So, kumbaga, naglagay lang tayo ng direct access sa outline niya, saka sa fill niya. Got it? Next. Sa dalawang to, sa line saka sa color, saan tayo may problema? Sa line, right? So, there's no need for us to do anything with the color art. That's why, ang gusto natin, kung may tatakpan ng auto patch, dapat yung linya lang yon. Dapat hindi makasama si color art. Kasi paano kapag may design ng color art nyo? Let's say may texture kayo. Let's say may tato yung character nyo. Or let's say meron siyang birthmark na gusto nating makita. So if we cover the entire thing, those details should be covered as well. So kailangan, kung line it na problema, line it lang aayusin. Okay? So how do we do that? How do we cover the line art without affecting the color art? What node can we do to mask? What did we use for masking last time? The cutter, that's correct. So kuha kayo ng cutter, simply connect it to the line art. And then, ang magiging mask niya is the auto patch of the drawing beside it. So sabi nyo kanina, ang mag-aayos or yung tatapal sa kanya is the auto patch from what? Forearm, right? So kunin ko to, connect this to the cutter. There. Got it? So that way, if you're going to look at the selection here, my auto patch now is only affecting the line art. It's not covering the color art of the upper arm. See the difference? Ayan siya. But if I rotate it, as you can see, ganun pa rin. Walang pinagbago. Wala pa rin yung seam lines na gusto nating ma-achieve. Okay. So those seam lines can be created using the overlay layer. Yung overlay natin siya. This one. Gagamit tayo ng isa pang art layer. So let me show you how to do it. So I'm going to go to my drawing view. Ayan siya. So kung titignan nyo sa overlay nyo, sige. Select nyo yung upper arm, then click drawing view. So, nabuksan ba sa drawing view? So this, right now, kung nasa line art kayo, this is how it looks like. So overlay, ito yung tsura niya. So gato, gawin natin from scratch. So I want you guys to go to the select tool, itong black na arrow. Select nyo tapos i-delete nyo lang. Subukan natin siyang gawin from scratch. Na-delete nyo na? Okay, balik tayo ng line art. Then we're just simply going to copy and paste this to the overlay. Again, using select tool. Select nyo lang. Control-C to copy. Go to overlay. Then Control-V to paste. So right now, our overlay and our line art has the same artwork. Tama ba? So ang gusto natin mangyari, si overlay, it will only contain the lines that will overlap. Yung lalampas. Okay? Yung mag-increase. So this is where we erase. So I'm going to, I can use the erase tool. So usually when I use the erase tool, I always see to it na sa tool properties niya, I want this option, itong bevel na to, I want this to be round. That way, rounded pa rin lahat ng mga endpoints ng linya ko. So let's erase it. Yan. So mangyayari, if you're going to browse along the art layers, this the overlay. It contains the line that will overlap later on. The line art contains the official outline, and the color art contains the fill. Got it? Okay. So, meron na tayong art layer or artworks overlay. Ang tanong ko, bakit hindi pa rin siya lumalabas sa camera view natin? Anong kulang sa node setup natin? Ha? How do you say so? Bakit? Explain your answer. Okay, that's correct. So right now, in our current setup, our view or our display is only limited to the line and the color. So, ibig sabihin, there is no way na pinapakita natin sa overlay. Diba? So, if you want to get that line, kuha tayo ng overlay layer, connect it, then put it on top. Look at what will happen. Ayun siya. So, if I try to rotate it now, ayun siya. Got it? Pero kapag nasa default position siya, hindi siya kita. Lalabas lang yung overlay natin kapag nag-overlap na siya. Thus creating that perspective. Got it? Okay. Clear tayo doon? Nagawa ba? Nasundan? Okay, again guys, for this one, there's you only need to build this once. Kasi kapag natapos nyo na yung one side, all we need to do is just to mirror it and put it in the opposite side. Okay, continue tayo. Okay na tayo sa line na to. Let's now go with this line right here. So, anong step 1 natin? Ang step 1 is to identify, right? Where the line is coming from. And where is this line coming from?
Forearm.
From the forearm, right? So, if I'm going to look at my node setup right here, as you can see, walang nakalagay na kahit na anong node setup dito. So, all we need to do is just to copy and paste this entire system. Copy and paste nyo lang, ilalagay nyo lang sa forearm. Okay, kunin ko to, Ctrl-C, Ctrl-V. Para hindi kayo malito, you have to make sure that the forearm will run through every filters right here. Dapat wala siyang direct connection sa composite. Again, para hindi kayo malito, remove the connection of the forearm first. Tanggalin. Saka kayo ngayon magkabit. Then, we connect it directly to the comp. Got it? Kasi ang ano dito, ang magiging problem dito, if you forgot to remove the direct connection, these filters right here, mababaliwala lang sila. Kumbaga maka-cancel out sila. Okay? So just to make sure, remove the direct connection first. Tanggalin. Tapos let it pass through each filters we have set up. Then para ma-display, i-connect nyo lang sa comp. Ito magiging itsura niya. Got it? Okay. So may setup na tayo. Hindi pa gumagana kasi wala pang naka-connect sa cutter. So in this case, itong linya na to, where do I get the auto patch from? The hand, that's correct. So hanap ako sa hand, wala pa nakalagay ng auto patch, lagyan natin. Auto patch muna from the hand, then connect it to the cutter. There you go. Okay? Check natin kung nandun yung overlay. If I rotate it, as you can see, nandun yung overlay. Nakuha ba? Okay, I'm going to give you around 5 minutes to copy this progress. Tapos after 5 minutes, continue tayo. Any questions? Again guys, you have to make this work at least once. Kasi pag hindi siya napagana ngayon, hindi siya maintindihan. Yes. Yung mga filters is maganda yung comments. So you can select them. See, 5 minutes guys. 9:45 resume. Okay, so here in Harmony guys, there's always a way for us to animate the layers forward and backward. Ibig sabihin, pwede natin siyang i-push backward, pwede natin siyang i-pull towards the camera. So it doesn't mean na itong peg na ito ay lagi ay nasa likod. Ibig sabihin, lagi siya nasa likod. We can always put this on top to change the perspective. So how do we do that? First, we select the peg so for our master. Then here in the camera view, make sure yung camera view active. You just press Alt arrow down. When you press Alt arrow down, it pulls the layer towards the camera. Aangat siya. If you want to push it backward naman, just press Alt arrow up. Did it work? Alt arrow down. Sa camera lang siya, yes. Alt arrow down, pull it towards the camera. Alt arrow up, push it away from the camera. Got it? Okay. So, para saan yun? Ba't ko sinasabi yun? So, as you can see, when I press Alt arrow down, meron pa rin tayong line problem dito. Right? So, definitely, we need to fix that line problem. And ano ulit ang step 1 natin? Ang step 1 is to identify, right? So, saan ang gagaling yan? Sa forearm. Tama. If you're going to look at the setup, meron na tayong system to fix that. So, there's no need for you to create more. Ang gagawin lang natin is to assign or to get the auto patch that will fix it. So, if you are going to assess this, saan tayo kukuha ng auto patch to cover it? Upper arm, that's correct. So, ito yung upper arm ko. Kukuha ko ng auto patch. Tapos, ikakabit ko dito sa cutter na ito. But notice, if I try to put the auto patch dun sa cutter na to, it will remove the previous connection. Kasi laging 1:1 yan. So, can you think of a way so that I can connect both auto patch in this port? Composite, that's correct. So, Control H. Lagyan ko ng composite. Then, saka ko ikakabit sa auto patch. Ayan siya. So, as you can see, with that method, I can now push this backward, maayos yung perspective. I can pull it forward, maayos yung perspective. Meron tayong dalawang option ngayon in terms of posing. Got the idea? Okay. So, common mistakes or common issues when pressing alt up and alt down. Sir, ba't ganon sa akin hindi gumagana?
Yung peg gumagalaw sa akin.
Ano na?
Yung peg po yung gumagalaw.
Yung pag gumagalaw, ibig sabihin kasi nasa node view yung camera mo. Ay, nasa node view yung mouse mo. Always hover to the camera view. Okay, ba't hindi gumagana? So, the reason why is because nag-spam ka masyado ng alt up and alt down. Okay? If you're going to look at the layer properties of the peg, ayun siya. Kung titignan nyo yung Z-depth, ito guys, tingnan mo na. So, kung open yung layer properties ng peg, if you're going to look at the Z-depth, as you can see, 0.007 forward. Ibig sabihin, masyado, ang origin kasi is 0, right? So, 0.007, ibig sabihin, 7 times na ako nag-press ng alt down. Kasi when you press alt up and alt down, it gives 0.001 na value. So, if you want to reset this, ang pinakamadali is to click this button. Saan ba yun? This one. Reset transformation tawag dyan. This one. So, if I click it, as you can see, mare-reset lahat ng transformation. Everything else would go back to 0. Got it? So, ayun. So, in case na hindi gumagana si alt up and alt down, unang-una, check if you're hovered in the camera view. Dapat yung active view natin, yung camera. Kasi pag hindi siya gagana. Another mistake or common issue, sir, naka-hover na yung mouse ko sa camera view pero di pa rin gumagana. If that's the case, hindi nyo na-enable si focus on mouse enter sa preferences. So I told you before, nung nagkaroon tayo ng license, whenever you use Harmony, make sure yung preference set natin is always set to rigging. Para lahat ng mga preferences na useful for rigging, automatic manaload na. Maliwanag ba? Okay. Next. So as you can see, medyo nagiging crowded na yung node view natin. So what I'm going to do is I am going to group this. I-group po natin. So I will be selecting all the filters and all the composites connected to it. All the filters, all the composite, select ko, then simply press Ctrl G. Okay? Grinupo lang natin para malinis and para maayos. Again, when grouping, I'll be selecting all the filters that we have created, all the cutters and all the composites na ginawa natin. Then simply press Ctrl G. Ayun siya ngayon. Get the idea? Okay. So let's call this AP group. Autopatch group. So itong autopatch group na to, I can always copy and paste this. Diba? Nandyan lahat yan. Hindi nyo na kailangang i-rebuild. So saan kaya natin siya pwede magamit, itong autopatch group na ito? Where can I... Sa legs, that's correct. So gawin natin. After creating the group, I want to duplicate it by copying and pasting. Subukan natin siya ngayong i-implement sa legs. Copy, paste. Tapos ilagay natin sa leg. Ito yung leg niya. So dito sa part na to, huwag muna natin pansinin yung shorts para hindi nakakalito, saka yung socks. So tanggalin muna natin to. Let's focus on the three main components of the leg. Namely the shoe, the shin, and the upper leg. Okay. So paano ba to? So if you are going to compare with the arm, the shoe is basically the hand. Right? So kung saan ba natin kinabit si hand dito? So the hand is connected at the rightmost connection. Itong shin na to, or the lower leg, is basically the forearm. And then ito naman, upper leg natin is the upper arm. So, gagawin ko lang, do the necessary connection. 1, 2, 3. Then we display. 1, 2. Ay, teka. Asan yung... Ay, teka. The shoe will be connected directly. Ayun siya. Ulitin natin. Okay. So, connect the shoe, connect the shin, connect the upper leg, display everything. So, hindi lumalabas yung shoe, kabit ko lang siya directly. That's it. As you can see, the same line, maayos na siya. Got it? Okay. Napagana nyo ba, guys? Ulitin ko. So, upper leg, shin, saka shoe lang. Sila ito lang yung main components ng leg natin. So, the shoe would become going to the rightmost connection. Then the shin sa middle. Then si upper leg sa leftmost. Para ma-display sila, connect it directly to the comp. Ayan siya. So, kung mapapansin nyo, wala yung shoe. All you need to do is just to connect it directly. Did it work?
Sir, pwede po makita yung autopatch group sa
Ayusin natin. Napagana ba, guys? Did it work? Continue tayo? Ano? Ang problema? Ha?
Nandun sa side.
Okay, so isama natin ngayon si shorts saka si socks. So yung short and socks natin, simple lang naman kailangan mangyari. You just have to make sure that it will be masked dito sa mga legs natin. So there's no need for us to create more filters kasi may filters na yan sa loob. Diba? Ang kailangan natin lang gawin is to connect this to the group. But as you can see, if you connect it directly, it will remove yung mga previous connection. So, ang gagawin nyo, if you want to establish a new connection to the group, kuha mo na ng wire, hold out, then establish the connection. Again, get the wire. Pag nakuha na yung wire, hold out nyo na, then establish the new connection. Unahin natin yung shorts. So, if you are going to go inside the group, in the multi-port in, may bagong port yan. This port right here is directly connected to shorts na kinonekta natin kanina. So, we want the shorts to be masked inside the upper leg. Hanapin natin kung nasa ng upper leg. This composite right here is your upper leg. Tama ba? So, una natin gagawin is to display it. To display is to connect to the composite. Connect natin. Ayun siya. Did it work? So, as you can see, as I connect it, I made sure na yung shorts natin nasa gitna ng color art saka ng line art. Got it? Then, what do I do to mask it? Huh? We're going to use the cutter. So, kuha ko ng cutter and I want it to be masked by the color art. And then, we invert. May shorts tayo. Got it? Ulitin ko. After connecting the shorts sa gitna ng line sa kanang color, I'm going to introduce another cutter to mask the shorts. Then I want the color art to mask it. Then simply invert. So in this way, as you can see, yung shorts natin is actually adjustable. Pwede ko ngayon siyang pabain, pwede ko siyang paiksiin. Got it? So we will be doing the same thing for the socks. Ang kaibahan lang, dito natin siya i-connect sa composite and lower leg. Pero the idea would be the same. So I want you guys to try it out. Socks muna, hold out, connect. Then in the multiport in, we connect it sa composite that holds the lower leg. Ayan siya. And then from here, what do we do? That's correct. Cutter. Who will cut it? Yeah, the leg. Alin dyan? Aling filter? Color art. And then we invert. That's correct. That's it. Okay, so once you're done with this, I want you guys to work on the peg hierarchy of the leg. So make the arm as your reference. Okay, question. Dito sa leg na to, alin dito yung kailangan sabay na gumalaw? That's correct. The foot and the lower leg should always move at the same time. And also, make sure yung socks laging kasabay din ng lower leg. Kasi isang entity lang sila. Same goes with the short. Itong shorts na to, dapat sabay lagi silang gumalaw ng thigh. Got it? So with those in mind, I want you guys to build the peg hierarchy for the leg. Sige, try it out. Kasi after nun guys, all we need to do is just to duplicate it and mirror it to the opposite side. And buo na yung character natin. Sige, another 5 minutes to complete this progress. Okay, guys, gawin ko lang yung yung peg hierarchy ng leg. So, connect ko muna sa isang master peg. So, this will be the leg master. Okay, so for the shorts and the socks, ito yung isa sa mga daling options na pwede nyong gawin. You can connect it directly. So for example, itong shorts natin, I can connect it directly to the upper leg. That way, kapag gumalaw si upper leg, lagi sila magkasama. Same goes with the socks, pwede ko siyang i-connect directly to shin. Para pag gumalaw to, lagi din sila magkasama. Okay, next. So from here, gagamitin na natin yung logic na ginamit natin sa arm. So basically, the shoe and the shin should always move together. Right? So, lagyan ko ng peg yan. So this would be my lower leg mass. And that's it. Okay? So finally, once you're done with the peg hierarchy, ano ulit yung i-adjust natin? What do we need to adjust after creating the peg hierarchy? That's correct. Center of rotation or the pivot location. So we use the rotate tool. So ulit, iisa-isahin natin. Here.
Papalabanin lang din tayo sa gera kung sakali. Mamamatay din naman tayo sa market.
Ayaw mo mga ibang kisaran?
Ayoko din. Ayoko makipagduwa. Pwede bang bala na lang? Wala akong makip. Wala akong make. Hindi ako si shake. Wala akong go! Meron na lang sa totoong buhay. Wala. Babato ko ng ano.
Okay, look at the screen. So if I test this out, if I rotate this, as you can see, may line na ako. So in your case, kung wala pang line yan, ibig sabihin, wala pang nakalagay sa overlay niya. So kayo na bahala maglagay ng overlay dun sa upper leg sa lower leg. So that way, the setup will work. Nakuha ba? So as you can see, if I press Alt down, we have another perspective. If I press Alt up, ibang perspective din yan. Or nasa isang spot lang. Ang ginagawa ko, pinagsasabay-sabay ko. Select all the pegs, using the rotate tool, sabay-sabay mo sila igagalaw. Okay, let's finish things up here, right? Guys, tapusin natin. Okay, so the only thing left to do here is to duplicate and mirror to the opposite side. Right? So, easiest way para mas madali mag-mirror, ang usual practice namin, we group the entire system. So, unahin ko muna yung sa ARM. So, I'll be selecting all the nodes for the ARM, then simply press Ctrl G to group. So, I'm going to call this ARM01. There. Okay, so in cloning, again, never copy and paste. Ano ulit mangyayari pa nag-copy and paste tayo? Same ng property and same movement, right? Lagi sila magkasabay. So, ang gagawin natin is we are going to use this option, node view menu, nodes, clone selected nodes, drawings only. Okay? So, last time pinakita ko na sa inyo on how to get that functionality in your toolbar, right? So, in case na miss nyo, tingin lang muna. So, in my node view toolbar, if you don't have this toolbar right here, itong toolbar na to, if you don't have it, just right click in this border, just choose node view, lalabas na yan. Then, just right click on any tools in the toolbar para lumabas si customize. Just wait for it. Yan. Pag lumabas si customize, ang hahanapin natin dyan is this functionality called clone drawings only. All we need to do is just to load it sa kabilang side. That way, lalabas sa toolbar. Pag nandun na, just click OK, and that tool is now accessible through your toolbar. Got it? So you simply select the group, then use that button to clone it. Then from there, connect lang natin. Peg, then composite. So best practice natin, guys, if there is a pair, like left and right, up or down, front and back, kailangan meron silang peg to control both. Yan. So good practice yan. We will be calling this arms-p. Para pwede natin pagsabayin yung paggalaw nila. Next, can you still remember what node we used to mirror? We use static transformation. Okay? So technically, we can copy and paste the static transformation node. Mag-mirror yan. Pero for the sake of review, gawa tayo ng bago. I want you to press enter, look for static. So we are going to connect this on top of the clone. Ayan siya. Para gumana, open yung layer properties, make sure to activate. Ito laging unahin, check active. So ito yung on button niya. So for this to mirror sa kabilang side, we are going to look for the x-axis that has a value of 1. Ito, x-axis, value of 1. So lahat ng mga may value of 1, ibig sabihin, that's the scale. So in computer animation, if you want to flip, ang gagawin lang natin is we're going to set the x-axis to negative. So negative, press enter, ayun na siya. Got it? So I want you guys to do the same thing for the leg. So group muna. Group muna, then we clone. We create a master peg for both. Then ikabit na lang natin yung static transform. Copy. Paste. Yan na yun siya. So Ellie now will look like this. Pause ko muna. Okay, so to finish this up guys, ang gagawin lang natin is to create a master peg for the upper body and another master peg for the lower body. Ulitin ko, gagawa ko ng master peg to control the upper body and then another master peg to control the lower body. So ganun na maging hatian natin. Yan siya. This will be my upper body. So everything from the waist down will be included in the lower body. So usually yung upper body sa lower body na yan, they have the same pivot location kasi pareho lang naman yung pinaghatian. Okay, there we go. So this one right here would be your midterm plate. So supposedly yung character dapat ipapa-midterm plate ko, kaso I have no choice kasi sobrang delayed dumating yung ano natin, yung software natin. So we have to adjust. Okay? So submission for the Ellie plate or for the midterm plate would be next week. Okay, so you have the entire week to complete this. Okay, so always make sure to always save your work, tapos i-backup kung kaya. I'll be stopping the recording now